This is WFO Radio.
Look out. We're back, baby.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo! Okay, we're back.
I can't believe I have that much energy from a long weekend.
Long weekend.
Man.
U.S. Nationals over. We're back live, and we're not going to waste any time. Start sharing the show right now. Start sharing the show right now because we're not going to F around. 33 seconds into the show, we're going to bring on the effing U.S. Nationals Pro Stock winner, 50-time winner, Erica Enders. Erica with a C, not a K.
Hi, Erica.
F you Apple and talk to Tex that can't spell her name right. Hello, Erica.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if we can move some people. There
Oh,
we go.
look at
That's
that. Oh, yeah. Look, man, look at that just wall of dominance behind her.
Look at all of that stuff.
This is the important one.
Yes, look, there you go. Congratulations, Erica. Has it set in 50 wins, U.S. Nationals after your shit season so far?
Not really. I mean, I've finally been returning all the texts and phone calls that I got. It's been an overwhelming amount of support and also overwhelming amount of naysayers. So it's, it comes with the territory, but what a great weekend. It was an interesting play out on Sunday, but we turned 4 beacons on and we won our 50th. So
That's awesome. Congratulations again, Erica. I know I sent you a text 50 times you've won that. And I know in your winner circle speech, you were like, man, you couldn't believe that you were even there. You thought you'd never get past Angel. Shirley is your hero, and you got past her. What I mean, does it ever get old winning?
No. It's kind of like money. You can never have enough of that. You can never have enough trophies. So, it's been over a year and a half. Our last victory was in Gainesville at the season opener in 2024. And it's been pretty grueling since then. And then when 2025 started, I mean, nothing changed except for the fuel. And we kind of found ourselves scrambling. And it has not been ideal. It has not been fun. It has been a ton of work and truly expensive. But I feel like, yes, we still have a long way to go. We're behind. We're absolutely behind. But I feel like we've turned a corner a little bit.
Elite or Erica, I got distracted by one of the comments, but how cool was it to drive that bitch back? And I feel like when you made the corner coming down Pro Stock Row, you're just whacking the throttle. Was that celebration? Was that sending messages to like, hey, not only am I driving this bitch back, but I'm back too?
Well, when I turned the corner, I mean, our compound is like, 10, 12 trailers long, and everybody was back at the pit loading. And whenever I turned the corner, I saw all the Quadra boys and their families standing out there. They were the first ones I came to before I got to all the red trailers. So when I saw them, I think I whacked it like 3 times, and I pulled in front of my pit and gave it one more good clean out before I shut it off. But again, it's been a really long time, and I was really excited. I couldn't wipe the smile off my face.
I noticed that when you're driving it back, you gave it like the 5-0 hand sign, and I'm assuming Courtney was in the car with you.
She was
your lifetime videographer, but you could just see like you were just so excited. But was it also kind of like you were still like processing what had happened?
Yeah, the way the day went, it wasn't the greatest day. It did not start off well, and I struggled. I really did. And my sister helped me. I know she works a little bit for NHRA now, so we kind of have to like not talk about that. But my sister and my dad and my mom called and prayed with me that morning. But I really felt like the devil was trying to knock at my door. And my sister said, not today because of what today is. So I just kept saying that. And then I had a couple of my girlfriends, Jackie and Taylor, they were texting me like, just get mean, And so I hit the starter button in the semifinals when I had to roll up against Dallas. And I as I'm going to press the starter button, I take one last deep breath and I'm like, be mean, so you really have to control your self-talk, as lame as that sounds, because all of the negativity gets in and it resonates and it sucks. So you can't let it in. So that was probably my biggest battle on Sunday. And I didn't drive my best. I drove lights out in Brainerd. The last 5 hits I made, I was within 100th on the tree. Struggled a little bit, had some interesting things happen on Sunday. When Aaron did his burnout, he severely wounded his motor in the burnout, and you could hear it. So Richard bent down, and then my guys on the radio told me, he's broke. So, basically just don't screw this up. So right. I went up there and just kind of looked in the direction of the tree, to be sure to stage right and do not go red and throw this away, because he's not going to be able to get down the racetrack. So, I was 60 there, but came back up for Dallas, was 20. In the finals, it was just meant to be our day. So I'm happy about it for sure.
Now that is so. I mean, I hear people say, you got to have some luck in this whole thing, and you know, you got lucky twice. I mean, Dallas totally, did what he did in the semifinals. Mm-hmm. I was like, I can't believe he did that, and then he got you right into the finals, and that was just. You had to be saying to yourself, all right, I got past that guy. Now I'm going to the finals. This has got to be the luckiest way. I mean, luck is definitely a factor in a lot of this stuff. And I mean, you're one of the best drivers out there. So you the luck with being as awesome as you are helps. But
thank you.
Yeah, I mean, but now we're going to the and I will say this. I was talking to a crew chief, and I probably shouldn't say his name, and I won't say his name, but he was like on Sunday, he was like, man, she's going to be a problem on Monday. The way she's going, she is definitely going to be a problem on Monday. I mean, I know you say you weren't driving the best, but you kind of, in the back of your mind, you're like, if I just get up there and do what I do, and I'm Erica Enders 6 times, I mean, everything's going to work itself out. I mean, I know, and I know you're fighting demons and stuff, but deep down, you got to say, come on, man, I'm Erica Enders. Let's go.
Sometimes you have to remind yourself who you are and what you've been through, and the high pressure situations that you've capitalized on and not folded like a cheap suit. And we've done that as a team at Elite. When my guys' backs are against the wall, they perform. And I've been known to do that in the past too. Not tooting our own horn or anything, but it's really tough out there. And yes, luck, you mentioned that luck plays a big role in it, but you still have to be there for the taking. Dallas, I think he was like 37-38 the first 2 rounds. So I know what he was thinking, the same thing that I was thinking. Like, we both have to go up there and have the best reaction time that we possibly could, because our cars were within, 100th or so performance wise. So that race was going to be won on the starting line. And that's what happened in his situation. From what I can assume, I didn't see his data, but I assume he kind of light footed the clutch pedal and it threw his foot off. But that stuff happens when you're trying to go out there and be really good. And that's what these couch potatoes at home that sit in their mom's basement and type all this shit on the internet, they have no clue what goes into this, let alone could they afford the tires on our car. It just, you have to be there for the taking. Luck does play a part in it, but in a essence, you create your own luck, right? Like, you create people to falter. And I've been on the other side of that many times too. But I knew that when we went up there and we had Dallas, I had to be great. When my win light came on, our win light came on, I was super stoked. And I had said that before, if we can beat Dallas, because I knew Greg already was eliminated, I'm like, we're winning this freaking race. That was my mentality. And that's the confidence that you have to have when you're in the car. So yes, luck played a role, but we were there. So
yeah, like you said, all the hard work, all the testing you've done has gotten you here. And then sometimes you do get lucky. Sometimes people that shouldn't break. Sometimes people that never red light, they red light. And it's just, and I think that is testament to you and your 6 times, champion, and that's what the legend of Erica comes up there like, oh yeah, she's gonna be tough to beat. So congratulations again.
Thank you, J-Lo.
Erica, in the press room, you kind of had that throwaway comment that we talked about. You're like, oh, I got a participation trophy, but you raced your way into the top 10.
Yeah.
So no matter what, you're You earned your spot in the countdown, but then you also reap the benefits of the countdown because your 700-point deficit just turned into basically a 90-point deficit. That's 3 rounds on Sunday in Pomona.
Yep.
How excited are you for these next 6 races, knowing if you just go to the final, there's a very good chance you're going to hoist your 7th World Championship trophy at the end of the day, assuming, other people aren't also doing the same thing.
Yeah. Grateful for the countdown. We've been on both sides of the situation, and that's another thing that a lot of people have a lot to say about, but we've been in situations before, like 2014, 2015, 2022, like where we were in the lead so bad, we would have won the regular season championship had there not been a countdown. And then there are years that the countdown worked to our benefit. And this year just so happens to be one of those, but we all play under the same freaking rules. So it is what it is. But yeah, I was not in the top 10 coming into Indy. And when I signed that countdown acceptance thing, I made the joke at top end, this is my participation trophy because we came to all the events this year. We're going to get into the countdown anyways, per the COVID rule. And that's not something that I'm proud of or we are proud of, but the way the rules are written, we got in. Well, then it just so happened on Sunday with 1.5, as you mentioned, we won the race and we moved up to 7th or 8th in the points. So we did earn our spot in the countdown. And now with the reset, we're less than 1 race win out of the lead. So with 6 races to go, that's a tall order, a really freaking tall order, especially with as well as Greg and Dallas are running, or especially Greg. He's kind of the only one over there, but it's going to be challenging, but I'm up for the battle and I am so excited. I was texting with Aaron Sanfield last night that, how pissed off would the entire world be if me or Aaron or Jed Coughlin or Greg Stanfield or TJ came and ran well at these last 6 races and stole the championship from the guys that have run well all year. I think the world would burn to the ground, but that is obviously our goal. It would be super fun. Again, tall order. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I will tell you that we will give it our best damn shot ever, period.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, you're peaking at the right time. Like everybody says, you don't want to, it's great to win the first 10 games of an NFL season, but you gotta peak going into the playoffs. And this is what you guys are doing. And it's pretty wild to see. And I think it's going to make for great TV, great storylines going into the playoffs. I'm excited. This is going to get fun in pro stock.
Eric, let's see that U.S. Nationals trophy one more time, and then we'll let you get on with your day. Look at that. Erica Enders, your 2025 U.S. Nationals Pro Stock champion. Erica, congrats on 50. Thank you so much for taking some time.
Thank you.
You're our first official driver guest on Life's a Drag, the latest iteration, just so you know.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're the first.
It's always just usually been me and J-Lo. Joe's popped on, but we've never had a guest before because basically Jason and I have such big egos.
Right.
We don't want to share 1 minute of Life's a Drag. But we're so happy for you, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks in Reading.
Well, thank you for choosing me, and I adore both of you guys. So have fun. I will see you guys down the road in Pennsylvania.
Awesome. Cool.
Take a break,
Thanks,
by the way. Take a break. You have a little.
Yeah,
You're right. I work for Richard Freeman. I'm at work.
There should be margaritas galore at lunchtime today. Just Lupe tortillas and margaritas. Just knock it out.
Absolutely. I'm in. Thanks, y'all.
Erica.
Thanks. Bye.
Have a great night.
All right.
By the way, Lupe tortillas, fantastic.
So good.
I love
that. Just made me so hungry right now.
I know. I'm like starving.
That was a critical error on my part talking about food.
Oh my God. We went to Lupe Tortilla in Austin, Texas. And my wife's like, Lennis, I don't like Mexican. And she was like, oh my God, that Mexican food was really good. I go, yeah, I got you, girl.
All right. Well, okay. So congrats to Erica, but also what other highlights do you have from U.S. Nationals, J-Lo?
So let's start at the very beginning. The tower. All right, the tower.
Yes,
fantastic. If you great. Everybody and their brother was coming in and out of that tower. It's a showpiece, and I'm like, it was very cool to see the tower up close and personal. And This is the noise that if you've ever wanted to hear what goes on inside the tower at all times, you've got the media rooms, you got all that stuff that we saw last week, thanks to Elon walking around. But this is the sound you hear in the tower all day long. Here it goes.
Employee of the race.
Of the race. This guy was vacuuming all day long. One more time. I was like, what is that noise? And I stuck my head out the announcer's booth and I go, oh my God, this guy has been vacuuming all day long.
He gets the Bill Bader Award for vacuuming.
Oh my God. He was, and I was on the elevator with him. I go, hey man, you got to be employee of the month. I go, you've been killing it in here.
I told him he was killing it too. So there was that. Also, one thing I didn't notice, but like I went up to the very top, and I got to give a shout out to Casey Kohler. The way at the very top, they had the roof and the wall around it. The wall is perfect for my height because I could just, yeah. I'm almost 6'5", and the wall was perfect for me to like put my hands up and just lean forward. If you're Joe Castello or Jason Logan, you basically are on your tippy toes. You're going to get a 2-step. But Casey said they're going to add a platform there, but they just didn't have time. But I loved it. It was perfect for me.
Yeah, and that top area, I think they're definitely going to need some fans, some misting fans or something up there, because the weather we had in Indy this past weekend was absolutely phenomenal.
Perfect.
And
best Indy weather in over 15 years, I think.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, they definitely need to put some fans up there because it's never going to get. Yeah, Mac, he's 5'2". Yeah. He was on his tippy toes as well. Yeah, bro, it was that, but the tower phenomenal. The food
real
out
quick,
there.
You need to give Mac 1320 a follow because she had a great bit. She was asking drivers 3 questions all weekend, and she got some gold on her Instagram. So get over there and follow that because it was not quite as good as the lady in Norwalk that was asking people about zombie apocalypse. But
yeah,
I love the fact that she's out there asking unique questions and getting with all the drivers and covering. She was there all day, every day. So awesome.
Yeah, and that was something else too. I walked into maybe Saturday because Saturday was the busiest day, and in the media room, I go, "Hey, none of you guys showed up to Epi, and I don't know why you guys are all here."
Right. What's going on here?
There was so
What's
many
going
people
on
in
here?
there.
Yeah, it was. But yeah. So the Tower, Cruz Pedregon's open house on Thursday was spectacular. So many drivers. Cruz's shop was packed. And then you roll into Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Funny car call out. I mean, Austin Prock won everything.
Yeah, he won $330,000.
Something like that. Yeah, got the regular season champion. And how cool were the regular season championship races?
Yeah,
once you kind of got past Austin, but yeah, he won everything. Won the All-Star call out. Won the race. Just ridiculous.
And Sunday or Monday, Monday. If you did not watch the Fox broadcast, I did not because I was working.
Right.
But apparently everybody said it was all the TV guys because we were live pretty much from 2 until 5.
Yeah.
Or we were on FS1, I think at noon, and then we went to the Fox Big Show, Big Channel, at 2:00. And the racing couldn't have been more perfect. I mean, no wrecks, no oil downs, no nothing. And we hit that mark, and it was great. We had extra time at the end.
Yeah, it was great. And Austin comes in the press room. I thought it was great. He sounded like Michael Phelps walking in the press room. Just medals just clanking off of each other. He had his regular season medal. He had his race-winning medal. He had his call-out champ belt on. He just was like he was just like a Mr. T starter kid. It was spectacular.
Yeah, and I mean, what a great kid. Actually recall him a kid, but one of the things that we saw, I guess it was on Sunday, Q4.
Yeah.
I saw one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. I'm about ready to show you this right now. I would like to, maybe we'll show it when Joe comes back on too. But Alex Laughlin, he turned in the greatest driving performance I've ever seen in my life. And I have newfound respect for Alex Laughlin. And I would like to thank our show producer, Derek Green, for shooting this over to me. Yeah. Let's check out if you missed it, You're going to get to see it right here. I'm not going to show all 4 minutes of it, but guess what? You're going to see one of the greatest driving performances of all time. Watch this.
Pilots recovering from a hand injury suffered in snow.
Keep an eye on Schriefer in the
Cylinders out for Alex
right
Laughlin.
lane.
Oh, Schriefer's
over into the left
in
lane.
front of Alex Laughlin.
Shoots
Alex
them
having
out.
to do yeoman's job. What a driving job by Alex Laughlin.
And
Oh, my
Alex,
goodness. That
you
is
don't
one of
see-
the all-time great driving jobs in the history of Nitro Funny Car. Alex Laughlin just avoided catastrophe as Justin Schriefer came across the center line in front of Alex, pulled the parachutes, and somehow
We'll
Yeah.
show the replay here in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah. What you don't see is how close Justin Schriefer was to Alex Laughlin when he hung that left and got the car up on 2 tires, just shooting around it like he's at effing Chili Bowl World of Outlaws.
Right. That's what that looked like.
I mean,
I was like, Galvin jumped up.
I can't believe the car reacted like that. Like without, because funny cars are not designed to make quick left-hand turns.
No, and that was the crazy part about it, because I was like, Galvin jumped on the mic. I was like, whoa! I go, what's happening? And I saw it. I had to watch the replay, and I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The fact that someone was not wadded up at the end of the track was,
And they didn't
absolutely
get caught up
crazy.
in the parachutes. And that was the thing. Like initially, because sometimes when you see the videos on the track, they look like the cars are a lot closer together, or they're closer to the guard wall, or then you see like a different angle, and you're like, oh, that wasn't really that impressive. This thing, I feel like the nose of his car was on top of Schriefer's wheelie bar. Like he was that close, feet/inches from rear-ending the guy. And how the parachutes didn't get tangled up, because Schriefer's parachutes were just all in his face, not on the injector or whatever. But yeah, that was really the wildest, because we really didn't have, there were some explosions, I guess. Some guys lost some motors. Cruz blew his brand new body in half on this first run.
I was first run out,
which is terrible. His car was so beautiful, but they rolled out their backup body, and Caleb Cox made it look almost brand new, that metal looking deal. But yeah, overall, that was the most exciting non-winning run, I feel like,
of the whole weekend. Yeah,
of the whole weekend.
Let's watch the replay. Here it comes.
Alex Laughlin didn't hit him or get tied up in the parachutes. That is one of the greatest driving jobs in the history of Nitro Funny Car.
That was
Also,
stunning.
I love Galvin hyperbole.
I want to see how
Galvin
close he
hyperbole is
really
great.
got to him before he swerved
Watch
around.
this.
There you go. Cylinders out.
And thank goodness he had a cylinder out.
Yeah.
Wow, that looks close.
That's too
And now
close.
watch. Chutes are going to come out for both of them.
The
And look
the
at
chute's
Alex.
over the injector.
Yes. And Alex gets around him. Wow. We need Tony Stewart to come review this.
They should have given Alex
Justin
Justin Schriefer's qualifying spot just for
That
this.
is absolutely one of the most incredible things I've ever seen a funny car driver do. Is Alex Laughlin
Look how close
avoid
this is.
Justin Schriefer. Alex saw him coming
yeah.
and
I mean,
lifted
here you
early.
go. They
It's
are-
keeping him out of
look
the
at
show
this. They
right
are
now,
getting-
and that really doesn't matter. Look at him on the brakes. Like, how do I get this thing stopped?
Yeah.
And they're less than a car length apart right there.
No question. I mean, he's almost buried into the back of the
Yeah.
wheelie bar.
And
Look at him
look
turn
at
the
him.
car up on 2 wheels to avoid him.
The fact that Schriefer, in 5 qualifying sessions, basically only made 1 run, started before the tree was activated, crossed the center line, and he got to race the U.S. Nationals, and Alex Laughlin or Chris King or Dave Richards didn't. Travesty.
Yeah, listen, it's racing and things happen.
It's racing.
Yeah.
He made a run, and only need to get the time and everything. However, his performance on race day was on par with 80% of his runs in qualifying.
Yeah.
Left before the tree started.
Yeah, that was crazy. But overall, the racing was amazing. I mean,
Racing-
the fact that Tony Stewart gets down there, does what he does.
Yeah,
I mean,
regular
that's-
season champion Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's awesome. I can't believe that
Regular.
wasn't on the ESPN crawl on Sunday night. That should have been
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Um,
So I thought he was. I mean, he had a shot to win the race. It took a 26 reaction time from Justin Ashley to beat him.
Which, by the way, his reaction times all day on Monday, unbelievable.
crazy.
Unbelievable.
But is it unbelievable when the guy does it all the time?
Well, yeah, but like we were talking with Erica.
I'm not taking anything away. It's still spectacular, but you feel
Yeah.
like you're watching Michael Jordan at the dunk contest.
Yeah, no, you're right. But like it's Monday at the U.S. Nationals. I mean, you can't get more pressure.
Right.
And the fact that he was just locked in the whole day. I mean,
Yes.
I can't even focus on ordering lunch half the time, let alone get behind a Top Fuel dragster and deal with that, because it's he's God, that guy was so good all day on Monday.
And he wanted to win the U.S. Nationals. His dad has won the U.S. Nationals, which I was texting with Mike Ashley last night, because he was like, how many father and sons have won the U.S. Nationals?
33.
No.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Can you name any, Joe or Jason? How many father-son combos have won the U.S. Nationals?
Colitis?
Nope. Scott never won the U.S. Nationals. Connie did, but Scott never did.
Schumacher.
Yes, Don
There
and Tony Schumacher both were Funny Car and Top Fuel, just like the Ashleys.
Who else?
Or
Or should we wait for Joe?
Well, can I give Joe a shot? There's a few more. There's it's father-daughter. There's also one father-daughter couple.
Okay.
Which I'm sure.
All right, hold on. Joe's screaming. He wants to get in here. Hold on. There's
Joe.
Joe.
Joe
I don't want to get in. I don't like trivia. I'm anti.
Okay.
Well,
he's going.
okay.
He
Well,
doesn't
then
want
fine.
to
Just wait.
go.
Till
Leave.
There you go. If you're anti-trivia, then
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a couple which we will think about. Joe. Now Joe's going to have time to go to the Google.
Oh, no, here's one. Here's one. I got this one.
Okay.
Jim
Yes.
Parks.
Jim Parks for the win.
The Johnsons.
There's also I wish I had my phone. There's one more that was so there's Kurt and Warren, Don and
Tony.
And it's a Pro Select Motorcycle.
Oh my God. The Hines boys.
Nope.
No.
Hector Sr., Hector Jr.
Ah, good call.
So that's your little bit of trivia. So and I feel like I don't know that Larry Dixon Sr. I think that iconic picture of Larry Dixon Jr. sitting on Larry Dixon Sr.'s car was like from the Winter Nationals, or not the Winter Nationals, the World Finals or something. But I got to think that Larry Dixon Sr. won like before it was Top Fuel, maybe.
Okay.
But maybe not that, because Larry Dixon Jr.'s won. So that's when I kind of have a little asterisk by. But I was surprised Scott Coletta never won the U.S. Nationals. So
yeah, that's why I was said, I'm like, okay, John and Ashley Force. There you go.
There you go. That's the only father-daughter in the Mission Food Drag Racing Series I can think of.
Oh, and speaking of father-daughter, what about Brittany Force going 343 and setting the world record again?
Yeah, basically, but nudging right up against 344.
That car, every time she runs, I am now getting off of my stage and watching. I move and I watch the whole run.
Also, I give Galvin a little bit of grief for his hyperbole, but his call of that 343 run really was, the genuine enthusiasm, marking the moment, the fastest run in history. That's what you want. You want people that are at the race to know they saw history. Save your ticket stub.
Yeah.
If ticket stubs are still a thing. Save that ticket on your iPhone in your digital wallet.
Yeah, definitely, Joe. When we bring you in, I want to talk to you about marking the moment.
I just want you to know I have the power to jump in anytime.
I knew you did.
Okay,
I know you did.
Can we? Okay. Let's go pay some bills, and then we'll bring Joe back for real.
Yeah, he's so upset that I kicked him right up.
Drag racing fans, check out Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. It's the free, family-friendly fantasy bracket game. Now, after final qualifying at every national event, you can fill out your bracket for all the pro classes.
It's free, easy to click on your picks. If you need some help, just hit the randomizer button to fill in the blanks. It's for fun, stay engaged, and pick your winners today.
Looking to replace your OEM diesel particulate filter or diesel oxidation catalyst? Look no further than DPF XFit, a complete line of aftermarket diesel particulate filters and diesel oxidation catalyst designed as an exact fit OEM replacement with all makes coverage for light, medium, and heavy-duty trucks. With thousands of units in stock, we ship the same or next day, and be sure to check out our comprehensive reverse OEM lookup tool. Always new, never remanufactured. For more information, be sure to visit dpfxfit.com. That's dpfxfit.com.
The number one source of friction in your engine is not what you think. Piston rings rubbing against the cylinder walls generate more friction than any other part of the engine. More friction and temperature means more wear and less horsepower. Fortunately, the team at Total Seal knows how to reduce friction and wear through innovative piston ring design. If it takes a piston, Total Seal can build a better ring.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
There we go.
Tipping my drag race.
There you go. By the way,
let's drag mug to the vacuuming guy.
Let's put that up there. Hey guys, if you want to buy any merch or things like that. By the way, Elon, I saw this out at the track.
Yes.
I have to point this guy out on the track walk. Our first Life's a Drag t-shirt sighting out in the wild. Look at it right there.
So great. I saw that guy. He's a huge Drag Race Bracket Bonanza fan. I love that guy.
Yep, he was ready to go, and
he was fired up.
I like it. And by the way, when you go to online, even with WFO t-shirts and Life's a Drag t-shirts, when you go in there, I say, okay, cool, I want to get a t-shirt. They ask you the different style you want. You get a V-neck, you get whatever color you want, and it puts the logo right on there for you, and it's fantastic.
And they have women's sizes, very important for the ladies.
For the ladies, all the ladies.
All right,
so
let's bring are we going to bring our second special guest on?
Yeah, by the way, Derek Green, thank you.
Since he has the power.
Yeah, Derek, thank you for being a show producer. Congratulations to the man.
And that Redline Oil commercial is fire.
It is so good. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only
WFO, Joe Castello.
Now let's explain why. Let's explain why Joe's on the show.
Castello.
Hello, guys.
Yeah.
Hello.
Let's explain why Joe's on the show today.
Like a vampire, you must invite me in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe was in town to do his show. He could have done it yesterday, but no, he said, you know what? This is why I have a second show on here, so I don't have to do the heavy lifting. I can just come on the other show that I help produce, and I'll just get on their show. Right, Joe? That's what happened.
That's it.
That's why you have minions.
Well, listen, no, everybody was traveling yesterday. Yesterday was a travel day, except for Austin Prock, who said they were going to go test, if you can believe that. That's crazy.
Why?
That's the JFR way right there. Kick your balls up into you and then go test the next day.
Right. Like get better. Like
that was Austin Coyle, Guido. That was always so great when I was at JFR, is they would just go out there and just wreck guys and then be their first thing Monday morning and just demoralizing. Just so you could just see the life and then go and run just crazy testing numbers, like even better testing numbers. So,
and so if that's what's going to happen, but also I needed a day of rest, guys. I needed a day of rest, but now here I am on Life's a Drag.
Let me tell you something. At the hotel bar, I had to pick my fantasy football draft on Monday night at 8:00, and Joe and I were down at the hotel bar. No one's there. We're eating. We had a cup of soup. Trying to be a little healthier because we ate crazy all weekend, and Joe had no gel in his hair, and he was fading from the moment he sat down. You just wiped out, Joe. Talk about the experience of calling the U.S. Nationals from basically Thursday to Monday, and there was only 3 of you guys.
Yes, thank goodness for Chris Monahan, who we did it very differently this year. And it was very beneficial having Chris Monahan there to cover like the first hour and the last hour. Just changed the game for me. I'm sure Galvin would agree, but you'd have to talk to him. He'll be on WFO next Tuesday as we kind of recap Indy in our own way. But A lot of work, so much social media work, things going on in the pits, running around, press conferences with Royce Miller from Maryland International Raceway, which is now on the schedule, and all the new, 2026 schedule, guys. We don't even talk about it. It was like a year ago that we announced that. It was last Thursday. So there's just so much going on. And then you get to Monday, and that first round of Top Fuel on Monday, I can remember moments so vividly. One in particular, when Tony Stewart won first round, Neil Strasbaugh and those guys were like they won the final round. That was Indy to me. And there are fans, they go to see the fast, loud cars, go fast, and they cheer when they go down. But it means so much to these folks. And to feel that, it was amazing. So it powered us through Monday. But then Monday night, like you said, Jason Logan, exhausted, left it all. Like Kellen Winslow walking off the field in one of the greatest games ever. We left it all on the field. And I know some will say, oh, come on, guys, you're just watching drag racing, but you're standing up all day long for 5-6 straight days. You're in the heat. You're running around. Your brain, at least mine, is constantly working about like where the next story is and what's that guy's name? Who are these people? What's about to happen? What if it does happen? All of these things. The plans are changing. The play is changing. You guys are done. No, you're not done. Run to the stage. Throw out some shirts. So it's Indy, and it is taxing. And yeah, I needed a couple hours of rest. But now I'm back.
Yeah, but so talk to me about capturing the moment, because like you said, you got to follow the stories the whole way through. And I was in the booth on Sunday and going into the pro, maybe it was Sunday or Monday, but going into pro stock finals. So like if Greg wins, this happens. If Erica wins, then it screws up everything. Or there was a lot of stuff going on. There's information that is being thrown around the entire time, but following those stories and capturing the moment.
Is this what this is? This is like Joe's perspective. I just wanted to hang out with my buddies here. Now it's an interview with me. Nobody cares about me, but everyone
cares about you.
I do want to take a second to sidebar. Watching Erica Ender's interview on this show, I love the fact that you guys had an interview and it was a big, significant interview. And so I was watching on all the different channels, right? Like I was watching on Twitter for a while, on X, and there's a lot of viewers on X. And I was watching on YouTube for a while, and there's viewers on YouTube. And then I was watching on the WFO Facebook page where there's like 18,000 people supposedly on there. And there were 2 viewers, and I'm one of them. And I don't understand what's going on with Facebook, guys. Like, I want to get rid of it. I don't understand what the heck is wrong with Facebook. So this is a little market research for me. Thank you for doing it.
Yes.
There's a lot going on. Elon, you're a big part of the points.
Yeah.
And the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge Championship ended in a what would have been a 3-way tie. And the tiebreaker was between Hartford and would have been the tiebreaker would be between Hartford and Dallas. And then Dallas would have won the third tiebreaker between the two of them had Greg not won.
Yeah.
And so they're like, don't explain all that. It's like, okay, so, if then.
And Greg didn't know any of that until like moments before he got in the car. They're like, oh yeah, if you
win, baby.
If you don't win, you get nothing. But if you win, you get everything.
Right. It's a winner take all.
Yeah, it's winner take all.
For Greg and Dallas when they ran the round before. So there's a lot of that at the U.S. Nationals with the regular season points championships. Sean Langdon goes out first round. Tony Stewart had to go to the semis to become the regular season champion. He did. Just big moments, and you want to get it right. You don't want to accidentally get it wrong. We've seen that in the past. Yeah. It's not like we've got a massive staff. People out there think there's all kinds of people tabulating. They got an abacus down there.
There's a computer and algorithms and whatnot. No, it's really just like you're doing math.
The Whomper from War Games is down there calculating. None of that. You've got a couple of people in race control keeping track of 50 elements. Yeah. And then they get relayed to us eventually, hopefully, and then we communicate them as best as we can. That's why, Vegas, Pomona, the second to last race of the year, the divisional race, that is huge because they're calculating divisional championships and Lucas Oil championships throughout the season, and it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. But that's
tell me about capturing, being on the mic when something big happens. I know you've been on some big calls, and do you it's like, do you believe in miracles? I mean, you guys want one of those moments, right? I mean, that's the cool thing.
You mentioned the Jason Galvin Brittany Force run. I probably am the only person who is a little disappointed about that. Like a little disappointed because now I'm no longer part of the call of the fastest run in drag racing. I was, and now I'm not. It's like, ugh. I was history for about 3 weeks.
Yes.
And now I'm no longer history.
Now, Joe, I do also.
You want to get it right, though. You want something memorable, and you definitely.
And I told Galvin that. I told Galvin that I appreciate him giving the gravitas to these moments. And, you know, everyone has their crutch phrases. We all kind of have some things. But like when significant things happen, to not have a crutch phrase used that then gets replayed over and over when the significant moment is used. I think Galvin captured it. But Joe, I think you get a really unique opportunity, which I get to see occasionally because I do Flagship Factors like Showdown. When you do the champions of all the categories on the stage in front of the grandstands, I think that's where you have to go deep into your bag of tricks, knowing this note about the super gas guy, this note about the stock guy, this note about the how do you keep all that stuff straight? And especially at the U.S. Nationals where guys are getting emotional and you're kind of regulating that a little bit. But that to me was watching you do all those guys on the stage and give them their moment.
Thank you. And run a game show where we gave away a $17,000
worth of tools.
And everybody got that screwdriver kit that you saw. Like, I don't know when the last time you went to shop for tools for, but I have no idea how much that screwdriver kit costs.
$500. Has to be $500.
No, it's not $500. The screwdriver kit has got to be, I'm guessing like $70.
Okay, you just said you don't know, and I just thought $500.
It's not $500.
It's more than $75.
Whatever it is, at our Racers Appreciation event on Tuesday, everybody got one. And then they give away a $17,000 toolbox. And I hate to get caught up in the minutia, but I'm out there looking to see how many of the Lucas Oil racers are like, look at this great screwdriver set that they gave me for free just for showing up because they love me, the sportsman racer at the NHRA. And I haven't seen it yet. I don't know, Lucas Oil. Like if it was a bag of ice, you'd be posting. But not exactly. The $75 screwdriver set. I wonder. And you know what, Elon, that motivates me. I want to make sure that the sportsman racers, the Lucas Oil Series racers, the racers that are out there, the 800 of them or 700 of them that showed up, know that the people that are saying that NHRA doesn't care about them are it's a lie. It's just a false story that is pushed out there. So I want to do a great job every single time with that. I love that. I imagine one day maybe I will be there. I really have that feeling like maybe one day I will be there. And someone will have to interview me about my day. And I think about, well, we've got 45 seconds with this person, but what are the key things? Who do you want to thank? What happened that was interesting?
Right.
And give them the opportunity to get as emotional as they choose. Like Cal Method, the oldest winner in the history of NHRA in Seattle. That's what I try to offer them the opportunity if it is time permitting.
Yeah. I'll tell you, for fans, I hope Kurt Spittler does this again. But he did a video last year. They normally do the top end with the pros, and you get to see their reaction. You know, they're getting out and they're doing whatever. But he did a video last year of the sportsman guys. One of my favorite videos because they're guys that are turning off in their stock or super stock or super that are overcome by emotion. Like they are in their car, 50-year-old, 60-year-old, grizzly looking guys that cannot get their emotions in check because they've been trying to win the U.S. Nationals for 40 years, 50 years. And that came out. You talked to a guy on the stage on Monday that, you know, what was 45 years he'd been trying to win the U.S. Nationals?
Yes.
I mean that crazy. To me as an interloper, not a racer, I just get goosebumps knowing what a pain in the ass it is to race the U.S. Nationals from a sportsman perspective.
Well, I've had the most minor taste with the Project Pontiac of the work that goes into this. Like everybody's got a job and they got their family and that got their lives and their wives and the things that take the time. And then racing takes time. And so people got to the track the Saturday before. Yeah. The Saturday before to get parked, to get unloaded. And it's a huge time commitment. Imagine doing that for 30 years being out there, or even 10 years being out there, the cost, being away from home, and then to prioritize it. You mentioned hyperbole, like it's a drag race. It's the biggest drag race, the most important drag race on the planet. And it is. And then you win it. Yeah. Of course, you better be overcome with emotion. You better understand out of respect for the event. And we have it. I don't know if Kurt did that. Again, it's about, we could have 50 cameras out there. We could have 50 camera crews out there and miss a great story. Sure. Like I got a couple great stories that are not my stories to tell, but they're just mind blower. The Sox and Martin Hemi Challenge story.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. And my hot sports opinion on that is just give it to Jason Line. Both those guys had infractions. I understand the purity, but if both the guys have infractions and the guy that won had the least impactful infraction, that was 7,000ths of something, not what, blah, blah, blah. Again, that's why I'm not a racer, and people are going to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, they would say that you're encouraging being out of spec. And so here's what I've thought a lot about this. I was actually right in the middle of it. I talked to Jason. I didn't know. And he's explaining, well, I go, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I'm still in yesterday. You won. Right. No, we didn't win. We got DQ'd. You got DQ'd? Oh, well, what happened? He goes, but I feel bad for the other boy. The other boy? What boy? Jimmy Daniels? Jimmy Daniels not a boy. He's a grown man. But what are you talking about? Oh, he got DQ'd too. What? And that's how I found out. Yeah. And then, of course, it was a cascade out to the rest of the world. But here's the deal. Racers have been wanting more tech for a long time.
That's true.
They've been complaining that there's not enough tech and we want more tech. And then NHRA gives more tech. So here's how I look at it, Elon. We all know what we saw. And 99% of the people who saw what they saw will never know about the double DQ. It was just the pretty car won. And then the guy gave an emotional speech about Ken Black and he cried.
Yes.
That's it.
That's true.
You can't take that away. It's not going to go away. But the drivers now know next year, check your stuff because they're willing to double DQ. And the tech department is back. And there's more layers to it. But I think.
And I will say, I do think it's cool that they took the money and just spread it amongst all the guys. Because that's another thing that there's like this underlying story that when any opportunity the NHRA gets to save $1, they're going to save $1. But that's not true.
Do that on my flights.
That's not true. They had however much money, $20,000 of total purse. And then they said, okay, we had this thing happen. We're giving everybody 1/20th, which was basically tow money,
100%.
So,
well, Mike,
I thought the way they handled it was really well. Hey, this happened. We're not going to dwell on it. Everybody gets a little bite of the apple. Go on down the road.
Charlie Westcott lost to Jason Line in the second round. This guy is a passion for this one race. And he went on his Facebook page and basically said, like, hey, this is what it is. They probably did the right thing. It's just a tough deal. Next year, everybody will know. Jason told me personally, I should have checked it. I didn't check it. Everybody knows it wasn't a performance enhancement. Neither of the two infraction was a performance enhancement, but it was out of spec. They were both out of spec. And so what do? Do you let it go? We let it go. Then which out of spec are we willing to let go in the future? I just want to point out that the numbers have skyrocketed since I got on here.
Okay.
Oh my God. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for saving our show.
Just want to point that out.
Thank you for saving our show.
Share the show, guys. Share the show.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's, by the way, those cars, that's the one cool thing about U.S. Nationals, because you get to see a bunch of different cars. And those cars, the Sox and Martin cars, were absolutely beautiful. But all right, Joe, let's talk. You said no one's talking about the schedule because it was 40,000 years ago when that app came out. But let's talk about the schedule coming up.
I'm excited.
We're not going to Vegas twice. We get bummed about that.
We are bummed.
That was one of my Piero's dinner I have to buy, which is
one of my paid trips to Vegas is gone, and I'm a little bummed about it. But we get to go to some new markets, and nobody is saying we'll never go back to Vegas in the fall again. I think it's a matter of keeping the schedule at 20 races. We don't want to expand to 22 races, and so we've taken. First of all, that 4-wide Vegas race was not a weak race by any means. That was a good race at the start of the season. But we got to keep Sonoma. To me, when we were in Sonoma, and I did that math, And I think I don't know the details. Maybe Elon, you know, I don't know. But I feel like with the Speedway Motorsports Group, some of that was connected. And we had to keep Sonoma.
Yep.
Sonoma makes Seattle viable because you're going west. So we had to keep Sonoma. That was number one priority for me. We lose Sonoma, I'm heartbroken. So we don't have the first Vegas. The second Charlotte race has always been like VIP, us and our friends. It's not been bad. It's been plenty of space, super convenient. But that is outweighed by the excitement of flying into National, going 30 minutes outside of the capital of the United States of America, Maryland International, the Potomac Nationals. Royce Miller is a racer, and that's going to be a great race. Everyone needs to know, though, the ticket numbers, like the max capacity, is capped.
Yes, for both those races, for both Maryland, for MIR and South Georgia Motorsports Park. Raul and Jennifer Torres said, we are not going to have a bad event. We know what our current – they've had huge events. They've had events where 10,000 people have been there, Pink's All Out, things like that, and they can get people in and out, and that's their priority. But they're not going to sell 50,000 seats for a venue like that. If you don't get your tickets early to those two events, enjoy the Fox broadcast.
Right.
Or the upside for me is enjoy some dynamic ticket pricing, having to get your tickets on StubHub.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So I've been to South Georgia Motorsports Park one time, and you could see it's got good bones, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a track where they've got a permanent grandstand. It used to have suites on the top that got knocked off by either a hurricane or tornado or something. They're gonna work on it. But Raul and Jennifer are young, dynamic drag racing fans that this is the track that they were able to purchase it. They purchased it from Ozzie Moya, who owns Orlando Speed World, where I'm hoping to go racing this weekend. We'll see if it happens. So you've got to reward them. That's been the problem. These national events have been in these legacy facilities, and it's just another event on their many event schedule. These guys, Raul and Jennifer, are going to treat this like their newborn baby boy, and it's going to be like the Lion King. And they're going to do everything they can possibly do to make it as good as it can possibly be. It's good to go to a new market like this. And I couldn't be more excited. I'm already planning my travel. I guess Miami to Tallahassee for me. It's about an hour outside of Tallahassee. And we're going to have ourselves a banner
You're going to fly
event.
to Tallahassee?
What?
You're going to fly to Tallahassee?
As opposed to driving. You know how long a drive that is? That's like 8 hours.
No, it ain't 8 hours.
Yes, it is.
I make it to Atlanta in 6. Come on, Joe.
From Miami to Tallahassee, that's a big ass state you got to drive across.
Yeah, Jason, you don't know what you're talking about.
I will say this is funny because I was with the great Rob Goodman of Coletta Motorsports, and we were pricing flights already for that race. And Tallahassee is an expensive airport to fly into. I may actually fly into Jacksonville because it's $300 less expensive, and just take the extra hour and a half drive.
To be fair to Jason Logan, it's 5 hours, 54 minutes from my house to South Georgia Motorsports Park. So that's a 6-hour drive. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Driving 6 hours.
Okay. Then that's a push, Joe. You should drive it because you're not saving yourself any time.
Right.
Because you're going to fly from Miami to Tallahassee and then an hour drive, you're going to have to get to the airport at least an hour earlier. It's an hour flight. And then you got to wait for your bags that's carrying your 12 gallons of hair gel.
Disagree.
And then
in one situation, I'm mindlessly flipping through my phone, thinking thoughts of choice. The other, I'm burning gas. I'm driving. I'm out on the roads.
We get rental cars.
America.
Yeah,
see, to me, I always drove to Topeka. As a Dallasite, I would drive to Topeka because that was right on the border for me of airport angst. And now, again, I had a travel buddy, the great Dave Dinsmore, and I would make that drive together. So just get a road buddy.
6:30, 6 hours, 30 minutes to Tallahassee, just so you know, Jason. So it's not quite 7 hours, like I said, but it's 6:30.
Pick me up in Orlando. Take the turnpike to Orlando. I'll be right there. And then
$21 in tolls, probably 3 tanks
do
of
a
gas.
contest. Okay, this is it. All of the listeners that are on the show right now, if you get to Miami or Orlando before the race, you can ride with Joe and Jason to the Southern Nationals.
Camping World.
Bring snacks.
Camping World should supply a rig. And look at all the police along the way, by the way. It's like they're everywhere. It's
when you get
everywhere.
Once you get past Lake City, forget it. The cops are everywhere.
It's Florida. It's Florida, Joe. There's a lot of need for police activity down there.
Next subject. Up and down the state of Florida is like the most boring ride in the history of the world. I'm getting ready to drive up to Rockingham with Project Pontiac one way or another. That's 9 hours. Nah. Yeah, no.
When is that race? When are you racing Project Pontiac next?
The week after Dallas, October 16th. We're going to finish up in Dallas. We'll be in Dallas for 12 days. Elon, I'm super excited about the Stampede of Speed and the 40th season out there. I want to ask you about the Champions Dinner here in a second. But the week after, I come back and we'll have to pretty much go immediately to Rockingham. So that's why I'm working on Project Pontiac as much as I can. Derek Green, call Coletta, charter a jet. Yeah, right. That's not happening.
So you guys, okay, we're buddies. We're all have been in relationships. You guys have an idea of what my travel schedule is like from now until the Stampede of Speed. How do you think my wife would react if I said, hey, I know the first weekend off after the Stampede of Speed is like an open weekend for us. What do you say you and I go to Rockingham and watch my buddy Joe Castello drive Project Pontiac?
I think you'd get a letter from her attorney.
Yeah, I think that I would probably have an opportunity to help you drive back, Joe, in that need to clear out some space in your trailer for my belongings. That don't get burned or cut in half by a chainsaw.
My wife would be like, just go ahead. As long as Joe's paying you, go ahead.
The difference
there'd be no payment. That way you just go to support your buddy, Logan. What kind of
I'm just saying that's for my wife. She's like, you can do whatever you want as long as you get paid to do something. Other than that, you bring your happy butt home.
I'll be very honest with you. I'm not looking forward to that drive. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to racing the car and repaying with a great performance all the people who helped me get the car to that point.
Right.
But
that's your sweat equity.
That's my sweat equity. But yeah, like the getting there. And that's why I understand the pain of going to any one of these races for a sportsman racer. And it's really hard, man. The work to satisfaction ratio is not that great.
But Joe, this is the life we've chosen, all right?
This is the business we've chosen.
I had a great conversation with Troy Coughlin Jr. prior to the U.S. Nationals, and he gave me so much insight in like when he won his, I believe, 2 Super Comp U.S. National titles.
Yes.
We were talking about the slog of it, and he was like, he's just like, all the things, you're there for so many days. You're racing it some days at 8 o'clock in the morning, some days at 10 o'clock at night in these like track conditions. And then he brings up something that I hadn't even thought about is when you're racing at night, the smoke from the campgrounds comes in and there's all the stuff in the air. And I was just like, all these X factors. I hadn't even thought about the impact of the thousands and thousands of campers and how that impacts the air that you're trying to get these cars to run through. So it was just really so guys that win, this is something I want to do. I tried to do it last year. Brought a printer. I think when you get to the final 8 at the U.S. Nationals in Super Comp or these classes that have 160, all run 160 people, whatever.
Yeah,
you should get a certificate of accomplishment. You've reached the Elite 8 of the U.S. Nationals, and these guys can put it in their shop, and they should be given something to get to that point because at that point they've already won 6 rounds of racing over 4 days.
Yeah,
they deserve something.
And this is our great challenge, but also what makes it great. At that point in the weekend, the sportsman stuff has now taken a bit of a backstage to the top fuel dragsters, and the people who would be doing that stuff, keeping track and presenting plaques and going and finding where they're pitted. It's like that's manpower and man hours. Well, you'd need like 2 more production assistants to be handling that stuff. And I would love to get to the point where we have it or track what's going on in the pits. They definitely deserve it. Making it to Monday is an accomplishment.
Yes.
You make it to Monday, it means something to the racer.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm surprised we pulled out the 50th win little thing for Erica. I'm surprised they found that in that truck about the top end.
So beat up. Did you guys get a good look at that?
No.
Yeah. That's what there's that.
It was
that 50th win.
It looked like it had been drug from Brainerd to Indy behind the trailer. It was just great. I mean, it just bent up. The corners are all dinged up,
So let me just shout out to a couple, because I'm, next week we're moving on. But like Mike Stavrino's Pro Mod, he beat Stevie Fast Jackson, and I talked to him in the winner's circle, and he's like, I wanted to race him. And I thought that is a sign of a champion, because many would have been afraid to race Stevie.
No,
they would
bring
have
me the best.
Give me somebody. And Stavrinos wins. He's from Fort Lauderdale. Sean Cowie and Shane Westerfield, tremendous victories. Robert Bailey wins comp. He's one of those guys that have been trying to win it for 40 years, and he did it. Tyler Kahili, Jimmy DeFrank, one of the greatest of all time. But it makes me think about Joe Santangelo, guys. Dude got to the semis in stock and runnered up in super stock. Ran up and down that track all day long for 10 days.
Yeah.
And didn't win. That's the agony. He'll remember that. Annie Whiteley, on her way back from runnering up, she goes, third time. I hadn't thought that Annie had runner up 3 times at Indy.
Yeah.
But she knew.
That's getting to Buffalo Bills territory of 4 Super Bowl losses in a row.
Super Gas, Mike McMasters, he won the toolbox, $17,000. Can't wait to see all the posts on there about how great it was to get that. Landon Exner, Darian Bosch, Jim Prevost, and those are your winners. You can put up that comment there, Jason Logan.
Also, real quick, Pro Mod. Drag Race Bracket Bonanza introduced Pro Mod
to the
universe. Spectacular. Had a very tight window, but the Drag Race Bracket Bonanza fans and Pro Mod fans came out on Sunday when the brackets opened at noon, and then they closed at 5. We had nearly 800 people fill out brackets in a 5-hour window.
The power of Pro Mod.
Power of Pro Mod. And also the power of having brackets open when there's live racing. We got some promotion and everything. But so we're going to do Pro Mod again for a few more races. So that's a big hit for us. So go.
And they wanted you to do that, right? Like the Pro Mod people said, hey,
Pro Mod people asked, hey, can we please participate? And we were like, yeah, let's figure it out. So
before you put up that comment, I want to say to you, Elon, like, I think that Drag Race Bracket Bonanza is doing such a great job. And I was talking to people in the Top Eliminator Club, and not everybody, knows about it. You still have so much room to grow. Same with WFO. I met this nice couple, Jessica and Jason, and they had met at and both love drag racing, and they're going to the races together. And they didn't know about any of our stuff, man. Right. So we got a lot of room.
We got a lot to do. So we're working on that. So we're pulling out all the stops. So yeah.
Listen, at one of the autograph sessions in TEC, I had to explain to this couple about podcasts. And I said, you got to be a part of the WFO Radio Network. I put it on. I went on their YouTube page and liked it. They hit subscribe. Hopefully they're watching right now. But it was that we're all out there promoting our little fun stuff.
And people are bombarded with so much information. We'll move on from this. Is that the whole tagline for Drag Race Bracket Bonanza is pick your drivers, win cool prizes. We still have folks that play on a regular basis that when they get the email on Monday morning, hey, congratulations, you won Top Fuel. We're about to send you a Doug Coletta autographed plaque. Their response is like pure, oh, this is so great. I didn't even know I could win a prize.
Yeah.
And we're like, God bless you. I'm so happy for you, but it's going to be in the mail for you by Thursday. So after the show, I'm mailing out plaques and hats, and Revelry gave us some T-shirts. Troy Coughlin Jr.'s T-shirt company gave us T-shirts. The Apple Girl Art or Apple Art, I can never get it. Katie Butero's company.
Yeah, Apple Girl Art.
Did our majors trophy. So we have 5 majors winners that get this cool one-of-a-kind trophy from Katie. And so that's all going to go in the mail.
We have a WFO Radio League, and now, finally, we have a vanity code. Just WFO Radio is the code you can get in the WFO Radio League. Join the league and see how you do.
Yeah, you can't do really worse
than the WFO Radio League. So,
all right. So here's this comment.
Past the comment. Here's the comment.
Yeah. So I want to say something about this right out the gate. Cyclotrack said crowd size was unbelievably smaller than the past U.S. Nationals. Any credibility to that statement? All right. First off, you got to be there to make statements like that. You can't figure it out off of .tv or the Fox broadcast.
Still photo.
Yeah, it's like on Friday and Saturday, those stands were packed. All right. It's Labor Day weekend. Okay. People have things to do. They're going to go, listen, when we were in the, out in restaurants and stuff, sometimes people don't even know that there's a drag race going on. Joe gets fired up when people, there's a race going on. Like, yes, people pay attention. It's only the biggest drag race in the United States. How do you not know this? Some of that has a part that we have a part of, a bad part of not promoting ourselves.
Listen, I think they did a great job of promoting. Like everywhere I saw the airport going in, there were 2 John Force Racing Cornwell Tools cars, not just one. There was Brittany's and Austin's. Austin won the race. So if you flew through the airport, you saw these machines and there was great information. The news stations in Indiana and Indianapolis. Broadcasts did the weather. Look, we got the people that were able to be got. Here's the problem with beautiful weather. When there's beautiful weather, man, that opens up 50 other things to do.
Correct.
If the Super Bowl was played 5 days in a row and the same 2 teams played each other 5 days in a row, the 5th day would not have the crowd of the first day. Friday night was packed. It was cool. It was under the lights. Saturday, you had a massive crowd. Sunday was less, and Monday has never been good. I don't remember a Monday that's been like bangers packed. They have huge grandstands. We're comparing. So Cycle Drag, who Jack, I know this guy, right? Like I kind of think my guess is, I'm not sure, that IHRA is compensating for these stories. Like I really think that that's a thing. I think that's a conspiracy theory I'm throwing right there. There's media outlets that are being compensated to put stories out there like this. Now, can I prove it? No, I can't. But is it possible? Yeah, maybe it is. Because it's the fixation on negative stories about the NHRA. Like, come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah, there's no point in that. There's no point in being negative. And I know we make little jokes. Oh, it's more than a bag of ice. I know that's what they hung their hat on race 1. So guess what? That's what we're gonna keep going back to. But again, nobody wants anybody to fail. We're all in this together, man.
Right.
What are we doing? Stop with the negativity.
Throw Drag Race Mayhem's comment up because this he nailed it with this comment. This was the most impressive thing. No, it was he made a 36-minute video from 3 still photos.
Yes,
I haven't seen Mighty Mac stuff. I love Mighty Mac though.
This was in relation to Cycle Drag. Mighty Mac stuff was good, but the Cycle Drag video is 36 minutes based on 3 crappy photos.
Right.
So,
and it's like, come on, guys, pay attention. Listen, it's still big. There were still a lot of people. Those grandstands are huge. And it's like if you put that in Phoenix, there wouldn't be enough places to sit.
Yeah.
And the timing is everything. Yeah. We had right before the final round of the Play NHRA call out race. You got Ron Capps and you got Austin Prock. And it's going to be on television. It's a big part of the coverage. And there is a power surge in the TV compound that knocks out the power. These fine folks have been sitting there literally all day long. And they get a message that it's going to be 20 minutes or more. And they left. And then those photos get taken.
Yeah.
It was empty, but there was a real circumstance. Yeah. Friday and Saturday night were really crowded and the pits were packed. And I don't know anything about numbers, but I think the people that needed to be happy were very happy.
Very happy. And the other thing that this is our sport, and this is something that we just have to take. It's part of the legacy is everyone standing for the most part on the fences is leaving a hole in the grandstands.
Right.
Yes.
So if you take that's a hill I'm trying to. They did it at Pomona one year. They wouldn't let people stand there, and they just about revolted. My goal for the Motorplex is at some point to not let people stand on the south side of the grandstands, go up into your seat, and watch from the grandstands because there's 3,000 or 4,000 people standing, which is fine, but you can't all just stand on the sidelines at an NFL game.
Right.
You can't stand on the sidelines of the University of Miami football game. You can't stand on the sidelines of Indiana Fever. You buy a seat, sit in your seat.
Yeah, and you will have a revolt, and they will hunt you down.
Well, I'm here for it.
Well, when they put me like on the fence line right there, people get really upset. Like, dude, get out of the way. I go, hey man, what does your ticket say? It says general admission. It doesn't say fence line. It doesn't say stand on the fence. Beat it.
So they're called railbirds, at least is what I've always known them as. And there are a lot of them, people that is their place of choice. They want to be on the rail there. And I always, as a spectator, go watch at least a couple of runs from that location because it's such an amazing experience. You really feel the ground shake and everything. And at Indy, there are a ton of them. Gainesville Raceway, there's probably more than anywhere. It's like 20 people deep on the rail there. And the track even has a little kind of like a banking. So the further back you stand, you can see over the people in front of you. It's a tough deal. You'll never have packed grandstands at a drag race because there are factory showdown people that are in the pit area looking at the cars that they're there to see. Not everybody is in the same place at the same time. 10 a.m. start also, by the way, guys, 10 a.m. start. You're expecting sports fans to be up and in their seats and ready to go at
7 a.m. in California. 7 a.m. in California.
Yeah.
And it was a light track walk too. I mean, we didn't have that many people out there. It's a 10 a.m. start. And track walk was at 8:45.
So perfect fodder for someone who's trying to make a little hay. And I admire it. I admire it. Look, Kings of hyperbole, right? You try to get traction, and any conversation about the sport is good conversation.
Sure.
But the three of us, we were all there.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was good. It was a good event.
I paid a crazy amount to rent a golf cart for 4 days. And on Friday and Saturday, I still had to park it on the fringes of the pit area and walk into the pits because there were so many people there. You could not drive a golf cart through safely.
Yeah. And then like the YES program, how many kids were at the YES program, Joe? Over 1,500 kids that are set loose as soon as the
this
program's
guy gets
over.
mad at me. It's too long, man. It's too long.
I had a friend that was coming into park when all the school buses were coming into the oval, and he was just like, what is happening? And I was like, oh, this is the YES program. And he's like, is every kid from Indianapolis here? And I was like,
1,700 students came through. We had to do 3 programs, and it was amazing. And they are all, kids that are kind of interested in mechanics or automotive. They came through and they had an experience with drag racing. It was the first of the school year. So that's why it was so big in Indianapolis. But the YES program is one of the best things we do out there. Not really publicized. Just another great thing. Yeah. Kids get to walk the pits for free. And they get to come back out, even if their school buses take them back.
Yeah, keep your ticket and come back out. I give it such a hard time because I'm kind of made to be out there. And on Friday, I really did nothing until I did the YES program from 9 to 11. And then I did a 4 p.m. Autograph session that took 15 minutes. And then we went live to social. So I didn't get to play music at all on Friday, but still had to be there till 10 o'clock.
Look at the numbers, guys. We're closing in on 200. I think that would be a record of live viewers for you guys.
Record-breaking show.
Maybe they'll share the show. It's because of Erica, the power of Erica Enders.
No, I think it's you, Joe. You're right. When you got on, the numbers just skyrocketed. They went from like 5 to like 100.
There's no law of diminishing return with our good friend Joe Castello, who also shout out. He was eating healthy. You had your cup of soup. We dined on Saturday night, and he had a salad. And
he only ate salads the whole weekend.
We need as much Joe Castello as possible.
It didn't work. It didn't help. Got on the scale 2 pounds heavier than when I left every time.
Well, I mean, again,
every time didn't help.
You blame Martyr Communications for providing snacks in the press room.
Guys, any other notes?
Thank you, Elon. Thank you so much for bringing the candy in, because I was like, and I saw it on the counter. I go, thank God Elon's here, because I know that came from Elon. There was no way it came from anybody else but you.
I want to give you credit for acknowledging the guy with the vacuum. That guy worked his tail off.
Bill Bader, Service Excellence Award winner.
Really? Like, that guy was just going and going. And whoever makes that. And I want to give credit to whoever makes that vacuum, because that vacuum, like, it got a workout.
Yeah,
dude. Every time it was like it wasn't like the Zamboni guy who comes out like every 30 minutes or every hour. No, if there was a footprint on it, that guy was. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah,
So I heard you talk about Justin Ashley. If you don't mind, I just want to mention that was incredible.
Yes.
And in the world of mainstream stick and ball sports, a sports talk show would be like, what's the equivalent? Reggie Jackson, 3 home runs in a game. Like, what's the equivalent, Elon? The guy's worst reaction time was a 36. I think it was 36, 35, 34, 27.
Yeah.
It's
insane.
It's the word insane doesn't even really quantify it. In the world of drag racing, for a racer to have a grouping of 9,000ths and have the worst of those be better than the average reaction time of the next closest person in average reaction time. I don't think anybody's got a 36 average reaction time. Every reaction time was amazing. The car was just, very mid, and they're going down the racetrack. He's winning on hole shots. What you saw Justin Ashley do was, like Jordan-esque. I know we talked about that.
And I've been thinking about this because we talked offline. To me, it's Tiger Woods like, in that it's like you are lowest, you're hitting the best percentage of greens in regulation, and then you have the most one putts. Like, to me, that's the equivalent, is you are excelling at this one thing, and then you're also doubling down by this other incredibly hard mental, physical thing that everybody does, but just some guys can just hit a 20-foot putt all the time.
Right.
And other guys can't. And it's like, oh, okay. But that to me, it's Tiger Woods level skill set.
Kid always brings it. He always brings it.
Yeah.
And I don't know that he gets the, it's about credit. It's about, he does it in a very quiet and humble way. But now here we are in the championship. And last year they lost the championship in the first round of the final race. We all remember the plane falling out of the sky. Jason Logan was the first person to notice it. And he's like, plane just crashed. And the space-time continuum goes in a different direction. Do they have a car that can win the championship over the next 6 races? You've got this driver who is unbelievable. I'm going to be watching that. Sean Langdon loses the regular season championship with a round 1 out. That's got to infuriate those guys.
By the way, happy birthday to Sean Langdon. Sean Langdon's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Sean Langdon.
Happy birthday, Sean. I'm sorry that you experienced that. That's heartbreak.
Just again, heartbreak at the Vegas race for Sean Langdon. Heartbreak. And when he's doing his interviews, you can just tell how badly he wants to win these things and how devastated, which that's the sign of a true, he's a world champion, multi-time world champion. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. And that's how bad he wants to win. That drive in him is really impressive.
Yeah. I saw him coming. I was coming out of the tower and he was just standing there getting ready to watch the next round. And he was dejected, man. He was just, I pat him on the shoulder. I go, man, we'll get him next time. And he goes, yeah. He was,
because we don't know if there'll be a next time. It took Erica a year and a half to get her latest win.
I communicated with Hartford, Matt Hartford.
Oh my God.
The devastation and the agony of defeat. Like that skier is bouncing downhill, but it's a real thing. And you go and you lose to your rival, and they had a shift light issue. Like, he was off the starting line first, and the shift light, for those that don't know, they got a shift light that is programmed to go off a couple of maybe a 10th or so before, or hundredths before you need to shift, because it has to be so precision. And it didn't come on. And so he drives into the rev limiter, he pulls the next gear. It's amazing he ran a 60, but that was enough for Erica to get by. And so how do you live with that? You load up, you go home like, my gosh, I lose to my greatest rival in the U.S. Nationals. And I did everything right. Some weird malfunction happened. Like, what's up with that? It's grueling. It's masochistic is what it is. Those guys, the religious people with their whip themselves on the back. Drag racers are like masochistic. They want to hurt themselves. Austin Prock, though, my gosh, guys, like, what's going to happen? 5 of 6. Is he could they sweep the countdown? Steve Torrence did it once.
Of course. Yeah. Why couldn't they?
I think I think they have the best chance of anybody since Torrence to do it right now.
The problem is they've got that monster named Jack Beckman in their same camp that just could dial it up at any point in time.
Yeah. And real quick, how great was that brute force car?
The best.
Fantastic.
So I love, thank you, Ron Capps, for getting that ball rolling.
Yes.
Yes. So now I think we're going to see more John Force tribute cars. I would love to see a Wendy's car. I would love to see a Jolly Rancher car. And, also
Coletta guys could do it too, though. They could do it. I'm sure the DHL guys.
The Bounty Hunter car. Yes. So, also shout out to Arby's for once again backing our boy Clay Milliken. I enjoyed some Arby's on Monday night. So
they have the meats.
So
we need to. I said to Nikki, I said, it'd be really good if we had the Arby's guy do like one of our voiceover, like the NHRA and Fox things. That would be cool.
You mentioned voiceover. Voiceover. The Bob Fry Open for the show.
Oh yes.
So you see all the million things that we're never going to get to. Like there's so many things that happened that were great. Loans writes the script. He reaches out to Fry. Fry doesn't normally like to do stuff, Phelan. You know that.
No, yeah.
And he jumped in to do it. It was on Fox. And the voice of Bob Fry, like touching the nostalgia nerve on everything.
So great.
And that was just
to actually go back because I heard it. I was doing point projections or something on Monday morning. And I heard it because they show the Open. And I was just like, oh my God. I caught the tail end of it. I was like, that's Bob Fry's voice. So I need to go back and find that to truly.
It's all over Facebook. You can find it on Loans. I think I shared it as well. Yeah, we were getting ready for the anthem, the national anthem, and our invocation with Eddie Boyer. It's time to burn some nitro before these events. Just so many things. Guys, I want to mention Gage Herrera because, Pro Stock Motorcycle always gets overlooked. We talk about how good these people are.
Yeah.
This guy, it's Indy. He's had 2 U.S. Nationals wins, and in his worst reaction time was 003.
Yeah.
Last time he was perfect. This time he was 003. Yeah. You've got these rivals coming at him, Braden Davis, and you got Richard Gadsden is great, and Matt Smith is great. You got all these, and Gage Herrera is just a beast. And so in each of our classes, Austin Prock, Justin Ashley, Erica Enders, Gage Herrera, when you talk talent, the talent of the drivers that won through the roof.
Yeah. Well, and also, and for .tv people, and I didn't see anybody say anything bad about this, but at the end of the day, we do Winner Circle. And I kind of felt bad because somebody pulled the plug before we got to hear from Gage Herrera. And I was like, oh, okay.
Like in the movie Airplane, where Johnny pulls the lights and the landing strip lights go out.
It was the Heidi game. It was just basically like we had to go to Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, that's what happened. And it was like, who pulled the plug and what's going on here? Yeah. Because I'm up there waiting I play his theme music, his walk-up music, and then Galvin goes to talk to him. He's no microphone. Everything's shut down. I was like, come on, guys.
And I want to mention the microphone issues. We'll give him a little backstory on that. Okay. We're out to Chris in the tower, the beautiful tower. This thing is amazing. It's amazing. These guys talked about it, but yes, it's amazing. Great job, NHRA. You've done so great with this tower. Gainesville Tower, awesome. Yep. Indy Tower, awesome. Great stuff.
But devil's in the details.
Well, so apparently, like, not only is it made of steel, but the windows have like an aluminum sulfate coating to prevent the UV rays or whatever. And I guess it also prevents microphone from going through.
Radio waves. Yeah, there was a lot of issues. And man, Galvin was fired up. I got fired up during the baby race because my microphone didn't work. But they get out there on Tuesday and Wednesday. It worked fine.
It worked. It all worked.
Mile. And
why don't they test? They tested. They tested a bunch of times.
Yeah, when you throw 25,000 people in there, everybody's got a cell phone. RF signals don't work very well when you've got that many people on their cell phones and things like that. But yeah,
we powered through though. Yeah. We powered through. And Sunday and Monday were great.
And here's the downfall to that. And this is audio. It's audio issues for people there. It's audio issues for people watching online, and all these things like. I heard people bagging on the JFR press conference because the audio was bad at Ray Hall's shop. Like people that were recording it were getting bad. And I was like, okay, if it weren't for Competition Plus or Drag Illustrated or NHRA Social, you wouldn't get to see any of that stuff. So give them a little bit of grace that the audio isn't the best. You can figure out what's going on. So let's just all hey, I appreciate you taking the effort to do it.
Audio stuff.
Yeah, but the problem is since the pandemic, I mean, look at this platform we're on right now. I mean, you know, Elon, you kind of freeze up. I'm probably sure I freeze up everyone. It's still technology that, I mean, I don't think the internet still works.
It's still Matt Hartford shift light.
Yeah.
Right.
Still Matt Hartford shift light.
There's the ghost in the machine at all times. Last week, the Ignition podcast, my podcast with Matt Stutzman, the armless top sportsman racer, Richard Gadsden, and Jordan Vandegrift, a great show. And then your guys' show wouldn't post to our podcast feeds. And I have no idea why. And I was like, I tried to go through all the checklist. I made sure everything was okay. There was no reason why. And on Friday, they all popped up in the feeds. Ghost in the machine on Indy Week. Can you imagine how frustrated I was? U.S. Nationals, John Force. We put out a video with John Force, by the way. It's got 86,000 views. John Force, quote unquote, things are going to be a little different for me in the future. But having Force on the show the week of Indy, one of his first like drag racing related interviews, not the KTLA interview, but NHRA, it was an honor. And if you were in the WFO podcast feed, you didn't hear it until Friday. Why? I don't know. Sometimes you just got to go with it, go with the flow and make the best.
All right. So listen, we're taking up a lot of time, but let's.
No, that's good. You had two guests. That's why that's a half hour. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, we're all good. So Elon, you and I are very excited for this weekend. I mean, last weekend was great drag racing wise, but college football started. Florida State beat Alabama. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Miami, Joe's team beat Notre Dame. Let's go. All right, we'll give you that.
Yeah. Why didn't you give us that? We took it. What are you talking about? Jason Logan was rooting against the
I
youth.
can't wait. I cannot wait to play Miami. It's going to be an epic matchup. I can't wait.
I don't
We're
think
down.
so.
Now it gets serious starting tomorrow night.
Yes.
NFL. And I am super excited because I will be going to the Jets home opener where they will be taking on the mighty Pittsburgh Steelers in wherever they play in New York. MetLife Field or whatever
in New Jersey.
201 guys. We eclipsed 200. Good job.
Who will I be enjoying the game with?
I know.
Lifelong Jets fan, Justin Ashley, U.S. Nationals top fuel winner.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. Are you going to pay for the
and
drinks?
Mike Ashley, 2007 Funny Car U.S. Nationals winner, and Justin's brother-in-law who brings as many U.S. Nationals wins to the table as I do.
Are you going to try to get a shout out at the stadium, like here in attendance?
I've actually already sent those emails.
Okay.
Elon, I love you for that.
I hate to make plans on the air. Do me a favor. My little nephew, I don't know how this happened. It's really negative, but whatever. He's a Jet fan. He became a Jet fan. My little nephew.
Okay.
Take a couple of photos and text me, please.
Yeah.
And I'll send them to him. And
I will say, I like rolling with U.S. Nationals winners because our seats, I believe, are 14 rows behind the Jets bench at the 50-yard line.
That's fantastic.
So there's a very real possibility I don't see the second half because I will be riding their ass in my Steelers gear.
Do it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. You guys haven't been good since Broadway Joe was your quarterback.
Oh, my God. That's good.
And I hope Aaron Rodgers, if he can just have one good game this year, I
like it for you guys. I like it for you.
Opener against the Jets.
I think you're going to try to squeeze the last juices of success out of that guy.
I want to moneyball him. I want that conversation between Brad Pitt and David Justice where he's like, I want to squeeze the last bit of baseball out of you. You want to keep getting paid to come to the stadium. So let's understand what our roles are here. That's what I want from Aaron Rodgers. One good year, end on a high note, and then go do peyote and do whatever else you're doing. So
this is going to be good.
Right.
Yeah. And again, like going back to people not in the stands, Joe knows what it's like. Dolphin, nobody goes to Dolphins
he's
games.
familiar with that.
Yes, we are. We are ultimate front runners. That's why I know all about it. We are the ultimate front runners, but we'll be sold out for the first game.
For the first game.
Our hopes are high.
And NFL note, drag racing related, Stampede of Speed will be the NFL lead-in game this year.
That's huge.
Which is massive for us. And Joe will be the voice of the Stampede of Speed. We'll have all kinds of crazy things going on at the race.
I'm so excited about that. Hopefully everybody comes out and takes part in the country concerts. Clint Black. We're going to have so much fun out there. The 40th the Champions Dinner.
Champions Dinner.
How is that different? Like, can regular people go or regular people can't go?
This year, regular people cannot go. This year, we're doing a true celebration of the former winners. So we're going to get the largest group of former winners with their guests, other VIPs. We probably will, have race participants that have reached out that are like, hey, I know I haven't won, but I'm going to win this race. Can I please? It's going to be a truly celebratory dinner for the former winners.
How does that change my role? Who will I be doing any interviews?
We're still doing the Q&A with the 4 winners.
Okay.
You will still be front and center, Joe. Have no fear.
No, it's not that. I just need to be prepared to.
Yes, it will still be that we're still going to talk to the former winners. Actually, your role will probably expand because we'll probably bring Billy up there. We may bring some other significant former winners that are in attendance, which you guys know there's some guys that just fly in on Friday for a race that they got business they got to take care of during the week. But we've heard from some of those people that they are penciling in coming to the Champions Dinner with their,
Can we get Eddie Hill? Is Eddie Hill?
I doubt we're going to get Eddie Hill. We can have another show on Eddie Hill. Eddie Hill's a bit of an enigma. He's, there's a reason he's not at all these events when we're rolling Shirley out and Snake and Richard Tharp and Billy and all these other luminaries. Snake and Eddie Hill's not part of that equation. That is an Eddie Hill choice.
I got it.
That is an Eddie and Ursi Hill choice.
Hey, let me ask you this question: is the Champions Dinner? Did the champions get to pick the food that they eat,
yes,
the Masters?
It's just like the Masters.
Oh, okay,
it's just like the Masters. So we let the champions, the Nitro guys, we alternate. One year the Nitro guys pick 2 entrees, and the Pro Stock guys pick 2 desserts, and then we flip flop. This year it is Nitro's picking the entrees, I believe, and Pro Stock is picking the desserts. So and we have a cool little menu that's you're eating cheesecake courtesy of Justin Ashley, or Erica did a peach cobbler with Bluebell ice cream one year. So we that
sounds so good.
It was a
it has been great every time. Yeah. It's been amazing. It's been
I've
open bar.
Been.
You should come.
I would like to come.
Count this in as your official invitation.
I would like to, but Joe threw me under the bus with the family that runs the place, and they said, "Good, never let that guy come back here again."
It's very possible you could be the baby that got thrown out with the bathwater in unrelated PA announcer situation.
Yeah, I did. I do. I want to talk to Laney about some stuff because
you should call Laney.
I want to get his number because I was watching a rodeo at the Brainerd race. And I think we talked about this, but those guys are playing music from every genre on the planet, and everybody's like, "Okay, cool, we're cowboys. We'll listen to whatever." And our races, it's like you better play some freaking AC/DC or some Motorhead, or I'm going to kill you. That's what goes on.
Outlaws. They're outlaws.
No violence against Jason Logan, guys. I'm going to let you guys wrap it up. I appreciate you guys having me on so I could get in on the post.
We appreciate your fans. We appreciate your fans.
Yeah.
Yes. Guys, do not click off until their show is over, please.
Yes,
do not click off until their show is over. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I had a great time
Joe.
with both of you.
Thanks for the opportunity, buddy.
Later.
Bye, Joe.
All right.
I want to see him again. There he is. He's back.
Okay,
Okay, bye,
Joe.
Okay.
All right. I got to be honest. I got to go to the bathroom.
Okay, cool. I got to go to work. But
you got to go to work. I'm gonna have to go to work too. I'm gonna continue to work. So, Drag Race Bracket Bonanza countdown. Sign up, please. DragRaceBracketBonanza.com. We're going to do the countdown, 6-race run for the championship. Champ belts on the line. If you haven't played, play. And thanks for all the Pro Mod guys for supporting us.
Can we reset the points on Drag Race Bracket Bonanza like we do
for the countdown? If you just start now, you are in the countdown series. So you're basically in that 6-race deal. So we do championship belts that we get all the world champions to sign. And 3 people will get those. So, it's basically the 6-race run to the championship is a total reset. Now, if you're still playing all the races, you're still going to get Impact is donating another helmet that we're going to get everyone in the countdown to sign. So, if you win the overall championship, you get an Impact helmet signed by everyone that made the countdown.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
That's a pretty good free prize. That's a pretty good prize for a free game, if you're asking me.
You've done a really good job with that. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Elan's got to go pee.
Next
I got to go to
Wednesday
work.
we'll be live again.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much.
Later.
Oh, let's do something. Let's end it with this. How about that?
This is WFO Radio.